The most stacked season of anime is upon us, ladies and gents. After a bunch of teasers and trailers, these long-awaited anime are finally here, and pretty much every popular series dropping this month has released their first episodes. This, for me personally, is the most stacked season of anime, especially with the return of Bleach, one of my all-time favorites, making a comeback into the anime scene, and Chainsaw Man, another one of my favorites from the new generation. We even got another banger sports series airing with Blue Lock, which, if you didn't know, is my top 1 genre to watch, with Hajime no Ippo being my number 1 series of all time, and having back-to-back new sports anime with Ashi and now with Blue Lock is just good stuff. We don't usually get a seasonal showcase of anime this good, so I thought I'd make a quick video taking a dive into each of these shows and sharing my thoughts on them, because goddamn, some of these first episodes are straight insanity and I love it. So if you haven't watched any of these new anime, I'ma warn you now because I might spoil some stuff whilst giving my thoughts, but if you don't really care for spoilers or if you've seen them already, let's get straight into it. Chainsaw Man is the most recent anime I've seen from the time of this recording, so it's only natural that I dive into this first, because honestly I can't stop thinking about what I just watched. When people were saying that MAPPA assembled the Avengers for this production, they weren't lying. It looks fucking insane, and it's crazy that this isn't a one-off episode but an entire season with cinema quality. It's not even the intense fight scenes that capture your eyes when it comes to the animation quality. It was the minor stuff like how fluid each shot looked, the way people's clothes were moving, and the environment of each scene. It was all very well crafted, and the most negative thing that I can say about the episode was the fact that Denji's CGI in his chainsaw form wasn't looking the absolute best. Not amazing, but still pretty decent, and with the mix between 2D and the CGI, the action in the fights was great and I can't really complain too much. The episode had a solid stretch all the way to the end. Just from the first couple minutes of the episode, you can already tell a lot from Denji's life, and his situation seems to gradually get worse as the episode develops. This all stems from his father's death, which left Denji with a massive debt to pay from a young age, but we know from the fact that Denji has dreams about what bread with jam tastes like that he's never had a decent life at any point, and each time we hear another ambition from Denji, it's never anything outlandish or extremely difficult to achieve like other main characters. It's always something like getting with a girl or even having a decent breakfast, which just makes his character all the more interesting. He gets by barely, and I mean barely, by working as a devil hunter for the Yakuza, and once Denji got set up nearly killing him, he merged with Pochita, his pet devil, turning him into the famous Chainsaw Man. We then get to see some of the hypest and raw fight scenes with Denji just killing and attacking everything in his sight, which MAPPA managed to adapt perfectly. As I remember when reading the scene in the manga, everything just felt like insanity and chaos, so it's nice that MAPPA got the aesthetic and vibe down pat. Banger first episode and can't wait to see more. I know this production is only 12 episodes long, but it seems like they are taking all the stops to make sure it comes out looking amazing. Each episode will have a new opening and ending, which is nuts, and the opening for episode 1 that just released today represents the fever dream that Chainsaw Man is just perfectly. Spy Family and Mob Psycho are the 2 series that I know are going to be consistently great. This is especially the case for Mob, again another one of the GOATs that always provides amazing fights and just an overall great experience while watching. The episode they released last week was just that, and it took a very humble approach to things, as Mob always does when going over what career path Mob should choose. And although the episode wasn't jam-packed with epic battles and Mob reaching 100%, it was definitely a great episode, strengthening ties between Mob and Reagan once again, which was a very nice welcome back into the series since season 2 released back in 2019. I already know Mob is going to pick up in the late half of this season, and I'm here for it, as I think most of us can agree that Mob's action sequences are some of the best that the medium has to offer. I talked about this in my Ashi video not too long ago that sports anime hasn't been too crazy this year. The only one I've seen interest me was Ashi at the time, and now with Blue Lock airing we might be seeing another top tier new gen sports series. Funnily enough, they both happen to be a football sports series, but from watching the first episode of Blue Lock, they cannot be more different. Ashi focuses on the main character learning the fundamentals and how to work with a team, but in Blue Lock, it's a whole battle royale in a sports series where instead of the players working as a team, it's every man for himself to find the next greatest striker that will represent Japan. It's such a wild approach to a sports series, but I'm definitely excited and want to see more from this anime. The first episode got me hooked, and the whole become the biggest egoist theme is something I can't wait to see explored. The pacing of the first episode was really good and was filled with back-to-back plot twists that managed to spice things up and make stuff more and more interesting. Probably a lot of you haven't seen this episode of Blue Lock, or maybe you haven't seen a sports anime in general, but I suggest giving it a chance. It even got Ichigo in this anime, so you gotta check it out. Talking about Ichigo, we even got the 1000 Year Blood War airing this season with Bleach's return. I talked about the first episode in length in my video yesterday, but to give you my quick thoughts on it, it was a very nice tribute to the franchise and it elevated some scenes from the manga very nicely. The animation animation quality took a massive jump from what it was previously, and with what I know will happen in this arc, the big fight scenes are going to be done justice and look amazing. But that about wraps up this video talking about this season of anime and how much bangers we are left to enjoy. I know My Hero and some other awaited series are airing right now that I haven't talked about in this video, but it's either because I ain't watched them yet or in My Hero's case aren't caught up. Thank you guys for watching this quick rundown, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'm gonna go watch the Chainsaw Man episode for the 5th time, so hopefully I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.